Hello, in this quick video what I would like to do is introduce you to Python as a programming language. So as a modern programming language, Python's been around for quite a long time. It's been going around since 1991, and part of that is the versatility of the language. So you can use it for a lot of different things. So you might have seen it being used for web development, for mathematics type things, for data analysis, and it's a very readable language. So hopefully as we go through the course you can see that there are opportunities to use white space, which is extra lines to break things up. You can set things out with spaces, with tabs, so that it's easy to understand it at a glance. That's not always the case with programming languages. And the other reason is that it can be very quick to create new programs. So Python is an interpreted programming language, which means that as soon as you write something, you can execute it. Makes it very quick to run programs. If we're running programs on a very, very big scale, then yes, it's going to be slower to run the code, but we're not going to get anywhere near this in the time that we have together. And so you will see no difference in terms of the speed between Python and another programming language. But they can be used in lots of different ways. So you might hear different languages referred to as being a procedural language, a functional language, or an object-oriented language. And Python can be used in all of these ways. So object-oriented programming is where you start to create sets of data that you can only access through particular methods or functions, and that allows you to create an abstract representation of a real-world object. Functional programming languages tend to avoid states or changing data, and procedural is what we will typically use in this course. So the idea that you can have variables that are local, bits of data or information that we can change, and that the program has a set sequence and you can iterate over certain parts of the program. So that's what we'll be typically using Python as. Now the first thing that we need to do when we create any new programming environment, when we first experience a programming language, is to print out Hello World. So Hello World is the very first program that you would typically use. It's the simplest program to write, and all we're doing is we're testing that we can set up our programming environment properly, that it works, and that we can print things out to the console. So when you say print, anything inside those brackets will be put into the console, and in this case it will just print out Hello World. So we've used double quotes in there. Double quotes just means everything inside these is a bit of text. And so when it goes out into the console, it will just give you the text. So in this course, we are going to use a system called Colab in order to write our Python. So you can have lots of different development environments to write Python. I've picked Colab because you don't need to install anything on your computer. It's simple to use, and you can add notes as you go, so it's really useful as a way to learn and share that with other people. And so what I recommend that you do is you create your own sandbox. That's a space for you to try things out, to make mistakes, to create sample code that you can use over and over. You might use it in different files. But if you create a Colab file inside your own Google Drive, so Colab is within Google, you can use that to copy code out of the slides and videos and run it to see for yourself what it does. And there will be a separate video that sits alongside this one that explains how Colab works and what you need to do to get it running.